we need to make some changes because they
You know what
playing
we need,
Savion
bro?
over. I think we might. I don't want to give up on Aaron Glenn. I'm not gonna say we need to fire Aaron Glenn yet, but I know it's gonna be some defensive coordinator talk. If it stays like this, we're gonna need to
There
look
should
somewhere
be.
else.
Because we're just not we can't give up on because we don't have another option. But if there was like, let's say there was a guy out there that we knew had done some things and he's available, then we could actually say we can get rid of him because we can get that guy. But there's no one
Mike
out there
Zimmer?
we know that we. Maybe. I mean, hey,
Mike
I'm
Zimmer?
just saying. You know, I would have got Wade Phillips. But here's my thing.
Mike Zimmer, he runs an attacking 4-3 defense. Mike Zimmer, shit. Minnesota's defense has been solid. He had years ago, he had Cincy defense attacking. Go get Mike Zimmer. So, shit, and he got the inside scoop on Minnesota. What's their strengths and weaknesses?
No, you're right. You're right. I didn't
personnel wise.
That name. I feel like you've been stewing.
Go get Mike Zimmer. Nah, because I've always been a fan of Mike Zimmer from afar. Okay. I'm gonna be real, always.
Okay.
And I know he hasn't been picked up. Right. We're struggling. Somebody who runs a 4-3 attacking defense, Mike Zimmer, and he's in the division. So he, like I said, he got the inside scoop on Minnesota. Shit, go get Mike Zimmer. I know we can't implement him right now in the middle of the year, but I think we probably need to start getting close to him, talking to him. Like,
you got to talk to somebody, man. If not, it's going to be Campbell. You know what I mean? Campbell's going to have to do something, or it's just.
But Campbell's a hell of a motivator.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying if you keep losing, Campbell's going to be the guy, right? Because it starts there.
If we don't win another game, I don't know. Campbell might be gone. And looking at the schedule, I don't know where we're going to get this W.
Right, I'm telling you, if he wins less than 5 games, I think he's got to go to me. I'm just putting it out there. I don't care.
Even though that's more than last year.
Yeah, he's gone. 5 wins ain't it. I mean, if you have your quarterback for 2 straight years, you win 5 games, you're done, dude.
But I see
other teams.
I can't say that because we're year 2 in a rebuild. And he improved off last season. Last season was 3 wins. Yeah, we had some nail biters. We probably could have squeaked out a couple ones. Yeah. But I think if he wins 5, I don't think he should be gone. Because he improved. So next year, after that, let's start getting into the playoffs. Because this still is year 2 of this rebuild. Us as Lions fans, we got excited.
Bro. You can't not like 5 games is not good for anybody. Any coach is getting fired for 5. But I'll say this. Because I think I get where you're coming from because where we are right now.
If we can give up on him yet.
If we can show that we can win a tight game and make good decisions at the end of the game, and I see improvement there, now there's something. If we go out and you look at the rest of our schedule and we beat a good coach coming up, that's something. But like, I don't even trust him in critical situations. Going back to last year, his go-to is just be aggressive. It's always be aggressive. I mean, some of the decisions we made last, it's like we don't have any time management. Maybe go hire someone like that. There's no game. So, but I'll say this about the offense, Red. The more I think about it, the more I really understand the Jameson Williams pick. The Lions don't have a number 1 receiver at all. They need a number 1 receiver, and I really understand now why he traded up to get a number 1. Because even though it may be a way out, they don't have one. DJ Chark is not a number 1. Unfortunately, his ankle that has popped up 3 times now in his career. This is 4th time. It's something that he's had to deal with. I love St. Brown, but you can't rely on him against a really good coverage guy consistently get separation. Right, he's a good number 2. Josh Reynolds is your 1 right now. That dude got waived halfway through the season against the Rams. Josh Reynolds is like one of the only few guys on this roster that you're like, that guy I can go forward with because he's going to play. He's going to play through injury, and he shows up and he's productive every game. But we really need a number 1. We need someone that we can just look to because Hawk in this game, he's getting clamped by linebackers, dude. Jelani Tabai was all over that man.
I've been telling you, TJ Hawkinson ain't no top tier tight end. I've been preaching it, man.
We need a number 1 though.
I will trade TJ Hawkinson.
Brad sees it. We don't have a number 1 receiver, man.
We don't. 100% we don't. And hopefully he can come in and spark. But up until this week, the offense wasn't the issue, man. This is when I say we need to go out and trade for Roquan Smith. This is when we need to draft all defense. Like I get next year's draft. I don't really want to get into the draft, but we need to go all
we have to
defense, bruh. All defense. I'm trying to get Will Anderson, then I'm taking the best cornerback available. I don't think safety is the issue. I don't think safety is the
I don't care. I'm probably best quarterback out there. Man.
That, and then we could just get another solid pass rusher. But I think those first 2 picks need to be either way, corner and pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Safety ain't that bad. Like Kirby Joseph isn't playing terrible. I'd bring back Deshaun Elliott. I don't know what they smoking up there, but I don't think he's played bad enough to where you letting Savion start over him. I'm at the point where I want to see Craig Reynolds a little more too, man. Like I don't know what it is. I want to see Craig get about 15 to 20.
I still like
carries a game.
I still like Jamal.
Jamal's cool, but
he's playing good.
But is Jamal going to be here next year?
He should be. I'd keep Jamal and move on from Swift.
Oh,
am I though? Like, let's be real, Rad.
I know Swift can't stay healthy, but when he's here, bro, Swift is like another job at best, bro.
He just don't play like
another job at best.
You know how much we could have used him today? He's not here. Every time we need him, he's not here. And I hate it for him, but like I can't pay that. I can't pay that. You're taking a roster spot, bro. Hey, I'd move Swift, man.
I wouldn't move on from Swift just yet.
You think he's ever gonna get healthy? No, he's never gonna have a healthy year.
I just think we probably need to lighten up his load. I think it should be him and Craig Reynolds, bro. Something about Craig Reynolds to me I like
Craig. See, I'm with
and
you
there's nothing. Jamal's not doing anything bad. It ain't that Jamal's not playing good football. But I just think Craig is. I think Craig got a little bit more juice in his tank, bruh.
Craig's a problem. Craig is a problem. I mean, like, yeah, no, I mean, I would move on from Swift, bro.
We need to keep Swift. Swift is one of our best weapons. I can't.
He's not right. He don't play.
I personally would move on from TJ Hawkinson before I moved on from Swift.
But at least Hawkinson's here. He may not be the best. But but you're looking at as I think getting paid as a top
he missed games too. Hawkinson be missing games too.
He misses some, but he's here more often. But he
does play more than Swift too.
A top paid tight end, right?
And I don't want to pay him.
He should not be.
I don't want to pay Swift. I mean Hawkinson. Sorry.
But you can then pay him like if you have to pay him top 10, you don't have to do that. But like I know what he is. Swift. I don't really know what I got in Swift, bro, because even half the time he's healthy, he's not. Even half the time he plays, he doesn't really play. He'll get like 3 touches. He doesn't look right, and that's it. He's just like limited. He has like half his games he's played, he's been limited. He doesn't ever touch the ball. Half the games last year he played, he was limited. He got like 3 carries. And then this year, last 2 games he played, didn't do anything. I like it, but bro, like get your trade value out of that. And if we're looking at like your first 2 picks next year being defense, it better be all defense this draft because it's either you completely believe you have 0 talent on defense, so every resource needs to be thrown at defense, or it's coaching, because it's got to be one of the two. If you're not going to move on from Aaron Glenn, you got to get every single defensive player out there, because your offensive guy's making it work without a number one, with backup guards week after week. This week he came in with multiple receivers down, and he's making it work. And your defense is just a disaster.
This should be a huge defensive offseason. Yes, I would agree. But I can't agree with moving on from Swift just yet. I can't because I feel like I know what I got out of Swift. I feel like we don't always, we can't always agree, but I feel like we have an electric running back who's injury prone. He's a job at best.
But I don't want a job at best. He doesn't play. I mean, he don't play, right? Like, what are we doing? What if I just went out and got like
the best ability is availability, dose. You are 100% right. But I got a special little thing for my man Swift, bro, because he can catch, he can run routes, he can take a yard. He ain't gonna break for no 80-yarder touchdown, but he'll break for the 60 and get tackled on the 5. Like
if he comes back this year, I'll reconsider. But
he's coming back after the bye.
Is he? I don't even know, man. I mean, let's be real. He's got like 3 injuries listed next to his name. I'm like, what's going on with this dude?
His cheekbone, his big toe,
ankle,
his shoulder.
Bro, what the? How injured are you, my guy? You injured multiple areas of your body. Are you sure you're playing?
I don't know, man. Like I'm hot about today because this was just a terrible outing. But then you also got to think this is year 2 of a rebuild, so we need to chill out just a little bit. I think Hard Knocks got everybody hyped. Us drafting like we got a good draft.
5 wins.
Hard Knocks got us hyped.
You're cool with 5 wins. Let's look at it from you're cool with 5 wins. And I don't care what.
No, I'm never cool. I'm never cool with 5 wins.
You're not changing the staff.
I think if he gets 5 wins, we do need to do some reevaluating. But I don't think we should get rid of Dan Campbell because he's a leader of men. These motherfuckers played very hard for him, except for today. Them boys didn't have no fight. I think Ben Johnson's doing a great job calling plays. I think Dan needs to pull back out of, I don't know if he's still in Ben Johnson's ear or what, but he needs to just let it go, bro. And you just get them boys motivated during the week and motivated before the game and at halftime. And then you just sit back, Playboy, and let your coordinators do their thing. Now, defensively,
what's his job, man? I mean, really, what is his job?
He's a leader of men. He's look, a head coach you're just the leader. Coordinators do all the play calling and stuff. That's what he needs. He needs to sit back a little bit.
He's the leader, but like our guys are going out there and getting smacked. Like, what is he leading? What evidence do we have that he's leading men right now?
Now we only got smacked this week. Up until this week, we've been playing some good football.
Brad, you saw that? You saw Seattle?
Well, that's just terrible defense, bro.
Okay, I'm agree with you on this. I agree.
That's terrible defense. That's terrible defense. You shouldn't score 45 points and lose.
Dan's gonna have to go out and hire a defensive coordinator that knows what he's doing. That's
100%
has a track record of doing it. He needs to get a guy that's flip defenses around and not play. Because if he's not gonna, he can't step in. There you go. Get a guy like Zimmer. Because if he can't step in, someone's gonna have to do it. But I am still worried about some of his just overall decision making. But if he wants to step completely out of it and say, hey, look, Ben, you make the decision if we're going fourth down. And defensively, I'm not going to even take part in that. You just do it. I'm going to just lead these guys and get them hyped up or whatever. That's fine with me. But the way it's constructed now, this is a mess. And you're going to have to get a new DC at this point because
they don't know what they're doing, bro. The people they benching, and it took injuries in order to put Mike Hughes on the outside. And I'm saying yesterday, why don't we just move Mike Hughes to the outside? Like, that's a no-brainer,
we
bro.
Thought that and then insert Chase, he might do that.
Bro, I don't know what they thinking. I don't know what the hell they thinking, dog. Like, it makes no sense. We talked about it earlier.
Why do you think we always hire guys that have never done anything? Like, I mean, like, they don't have any
track record.
Yeah. I mean, we always hire guys this first time.
It's the Detroit Lions.
Why do we keep doing that?
This ain't a place. Oh, I want to go take over the Lions. Oh, I want to go be the D coordinator.
But there's been guys out there. I mean, we couldn't go get Doug Peterson.
I'm not giving up on Dan yet.
I'm not saying I'm giving up on Dan. I'm just using that example because I can't think of any more on top of my head. But I know there's been guys out there at positional coaches that have done it. I get they're all former players and this and that, but your best guy was not a former player. Your best coach is. And it's like, why don't we go after guys that like specifically defense? Because, I mean, realistically, our defense has been a problem since like 2014. Our defense hasn't been good in like 7 years.